It's enough to freak you out. Could you be eating plastic and not even realize it? Some Florida Gulf Coast University students are getting their feet wet with some field research to find out for you. They're studying pollutants that find their way into the Imperial River from runoff. And they're specifically looking into microplastics, which they say get ingested by organisms in the water. And that goes all the way up the food chain, including into our systems. For In Your Corner is Carl Fortier in Bonita Springs. He tagged along with them today to see what they're finding so far. Carl?
Well, these students are finding that plastic is everywhere, and a lot of it ends up here in our waterways. It breaks down into tiny pieces that are still visible, and fish, including some that we eat, often mistake it for food.
Measure the boat first.
Lena Ramirez is one of a dozen students at FGCU studying the amount of tiny pollutants called microplastics that they're finding in the Imperial River in Bonita Springs. Microplastics are broken down from larger plastic trash, and you don't always need a microscope to see them.
I was surprised that some of them are that visible. You can actually see the fibers just with your naked eye of some of these microplastics that are out there.
While we needed the recent rain, Lena is concerned that the runoff will bring higher than normal amounts of microplastics into the river, like last year when streets in Bonita Springs flooded and the Imperial overflowed.
We have had a lot of runoff, and that's why we have to be so careful about what we're putting into our lawns and what we're leaving outside.
Dr. Serge Taylor, who teaches environmental studies at FGCU, says shellfish and other animals absorb trace amounts of microplastics when they eat them, which can then be consumed by people.
It's a problem. It's still debated about the real impact on human systems.
Lena says she hopes their research will raise awareness about microplastic pollution. She's encouraged that Fort Myers Beach has already banned plastic straws.
With that information that they're gathering, they might be able to get the word out and see if there's something we can do to prevent further contamination.
Dr. Taylor says while microplastics are the focus of this project, he's reminding his students that other pollutants such as algae blooms from fertilizer brought on by storm runoff are also in the waters here. They can harm seagrasses, which are eaten by manatees and other wildlife. In Bonita Springs, Carl Fortier, Fox 4, In Your Corner.